Hello, Star Lovelies. It's a great time to be a soul. Today we're talking about this week's star forecast is all about the pressures building this week. There is complicated energy in the stars because we're leading up to the very end of the week where Mars opposes Pluto once again. And this has been going on since the 3rd of November. But the good news is this is the last part of it. And so we've been wrangling with this. How do we show up for ourselves? How do we thread that needle? How are we so precise and in our alignment? We feel like we're under the microscope. Every single thing we say, we do, we feel, we think is under this pressure of, is it aligned with us? Is it precise enough? Are we being discerning enough? It is untenable this week. There are complications due to this because the sun is involved. There's complications due to this because Venus and Saturn kiss each other on the 25th, and everybody feels like everybody's feelings are hurt. We feel isolated. We feel like our finances are in disarray, and any momentum that we got, it feels so incredibly fragile that honestly we are ready to just like blow off and blow steam. Now, in exercise, in galvanizing your energy in very concerted ways, go ahead and let that steam off. It would be infinitely better to release the pressure in this pressure cooker than taking it out on other people. So do whatever it does that works for you. If you need to go axe throwing, give yourself permission to go do that. If you need to take a hot minute and say, I'll be right back, please do that. Because it's not going to do any good to just go with this volatile energy. The good news is it's not that long lasting, so yay. The other good news is that it's not buckled in by other things that are complicated. Things are in the upward swing, so keep telling yourself that all week long. Things are in the upward swings. Things are in the upward swing. The other thing you can make your mantra is, if you do take time in meditation, then go ahead and say, like, show me. Say, I'm not understanding. This isn't that clear. We had a confusing week last week. Things are much clearer this week, but it's almost like a little bit of a jolt. And so that's why people are reacting. So people are spinning because they have to see things clearly, because there's no place to hide, because they're being pressed to be visible, and because they don't know what this unknown territory is. And you are a leader. So we don't want to put more pressure on you because that's exactly what you don't need. However, being a leader is something that you've already said yes to. If you are in my world in any way, shape, or form, you are a leader, my friend. So what will be helpful for you for tips? For the Intuitive Success Signatures, if you haven't taken that quiz yet and you don't know your signature, go ahead to your starmaptosuccess.com, answer those 12 questions, and then come back here, get your tip for the week, because this is actually longer lasting than that. We have a new moon right at the tail end of the week, and this goes hand in hand with that because there's a beautiful way to express yourself through your right lens and build the foundation for love and money with that new moon. So, hey, yeah, we all want to be able to do that. And we don't want to waste this week leading up to it. So for you, wise strategist, it is really good for you to go back to your lists and go back to what really is familiar to you, because again, you're setting yourself up for change this whole second quarter, as is everybody. And for you, relying on things that are comforting is excellent. For you, intuitive visionary, you want to become the pure power that you are. So invoke the power stance about, you hold no power over me any longer, and just let that go for anything that isn't yours or shouldn't be in your way. For you, collaborative explorer, teach others what's hidden. Help them see. For you, ruling warrior, see yourself clearly. Reach out to a collaborative explorer if you can't see yourself clearly, and work together to make that so. For you, creative superstar, you are going to want to go ahead and show up in ways that make you irresistible. Get serious about being irresistible. And for you, loving alchemist, listen and follow your intuition. It is time. So for everybody, here we are rounding off that last full week of April. We have arrived. We are in the middle of the change that is Q2, and hoorah, things are starting to open up and feel and be so much better. We just have to get through this week and let off steam in very productive ways. As always, thank you so much for listening and sharing with friends. And until next time, happy soul tidings. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more ways to use the stars strategically to align with your soul purpose, reclaim your power, and increase your prosperity. Please rate and review your favorite episodes, and remember to check out my website at kimwoods.com for my latest forecasts, articles, and offerings. To find out your intuitive success signature, take my 12-question Do You Know, Like, and Trust Yourself quiz and find out how you're living your stars at yourstarmaptosuccess.com. I've so enjoyed our time together, as it's filled with the power of the stars plus strategy to clear the pathway to your success. Until next time, happy soul tidings.